Americans spent over $18 billion last year using apps like Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay. But 41% of these users also admitted to missing at least one payment during this time. So what's really going on here? Well, in this video, we're gonna go over the business of buy now, pay later, and finally see if this is just a complete scam meant to take your money, or if you can use this as a smart financial tool on your journey. But hey, if you're new here, I'm Justin, and over the last 3 years, I took myself from broke college dropout to paying over $25,000 in debt in New York City. And on this channel, I help people struggling with the paycheck to paycheck life cycle finally take control of their money once and for all. So what exactly is buy now, pay later? Well, you can look at it as your modern day version of layaway, just with one crucial difference. See, with traditional layaway, the store would typically hold onto your item until you made all of the payments in full. But services like Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay completely flip the script on this, allowing you to get the instant gratification of getting your item now while you pay it off over time. Not only that, but many plans allow you to actually make these payments without having to accrue any interest, unlike traditional credit cards. And these two differences alone have been the key to BNPL's rapid popularity, with current market values at $37 billion, and it's expected to grow to over $160 billion over the next 10 years. And not only do consumers love buy now, pay later, but retailers can't get enough of it either. In fact, retailers discovered that if they offer buy now, pay later services, consumers not only bought from them more often, they also spent more money with each purchase, which brings us to the problems with buy now, pay later programs. Now, you're probably asking, if buy now, pay later offers 0% interest, how do they actually make money? Well, their business model actually relies on you and I messing up. See, while the classic pay in 4 model that we all love is advertised as interest-free, these companies do charge hefty late fees if you miss even one payment. And a survey from LendingTree actually discovered that 41% of people who have used buy now, pay later services admitted to paying at least one late fee last year. But on top of that, if you're looking to make any big ticket purchases like a new computer, or if you're looking for longer payment terms, they do charge interest with APRs as high as 36%. That's more than some of the most popular credit cards out there, like the American Express Platinum. It's kind of a clever business model if you ask me. Offer a simple, seemingly interest-free payment plan, but collect high interest and late fees from consumers who can't quite keep up. But the question is, how have they been able to get away with this for so long? See, for years, buy now, pay later companies operated in this kind of gray area, to the point that financial experts refer to it as phantom debt. Because these loans haven't been reported to major credit bureaus, they seemingly went invisible to other lenders, credit reports, and more importantly, consumers like you and me. This invisibility has encouraged a risky habit known as loan stacking, making it incredibly easy for consumers like you and me to take out multiple buy now, pay later loans from different companies without really taking the time to look at how much we're actually spending in total. And the data shows this is becoming a huge issue, with the CFPB reporting that 63% of users have admitted to having multiple buy now, pay later loans active at the same time. And I got to admit, I fell for this too. When I first moved into my apartment, I had everything on payments, from my mattress to my couch to even a pair of sneakers, if you can believe that. But it doesn't end there. This just leads to another major problem we're seeing with BNPL, which is chronic overspending. See, when you think about buying that $200 product and breaking it up into 4 payments of $50, it reduces any friction you may have because the item feels more affordable. And because of this, you and I will probably spend more money buying more things that we would typically not buy otherwise. But maybe the most concerning trend we're seeing with buy now, pay later is the growing number of people that are using it for necessities, with the study finding that 25% of users actually admitted to using Klarna and Afterpay to buy things like groceries. This is a huge red flag of financial distress, and also a telling sign that buy now, pay later has went from a simple convenience to now being a lifeline for some people. But with all the risks that we talked about, is it ever a smart idea to use buy now, pay later programs? Well, I give it an emphatic maybe. For instance, if you're looking to make a large ticket purchase that you've already planned and budgeted for, using a buy now, pay later service can really help you with cash flow. And if you pay it off in 4 payments, you can avoid any interest rates like you would typically have with a credit card. But all of this assumes that you are actually going to be diligent and make the payments off every single month. For me, I still use BNPL for big ticket purchases for this channel. For instance, I bought my $2,000 editing PC through Affirm, which I was able to pay off in 4 months with no interest, And I recently bought a new MacBook Air that I plan to pay off in 3 months using Apple's financing. But for most people, the risk of buy now, pay later just outweighs the benefits of it. The business model itself is not meant to help you save money, but it's to encourage you to spend more of it. And the temptation to overspend, along with the risk of things like loan stacking, high interest, late payments, makes this a risky move for anybody who's either on a tight budget or who struggle with things like FOMO or impulse purchases. Even government regulators are stepping in, with the CFPB saying last year that they were going to start treating buy now, pay later companies the same way they did credit card servicers, meaning consumers like you and I were supposed to get additional protections such as the right to dispute charges. However, the CFPB later announced that they won't actively be enforcing these rules anymore, but a bigger change is coming. FICO, the company we all know for our credit scores, recently announced this year that starting in fall of 2025, they were going to start counting payment history from buy now, pay later companies in some of their newer credit scores. And this change alone is essentially a clear signal that the wild west of buy now, pay later companies is coming to an end. And your purchasing and payment habits with buy now, pay later will now have real world implications on your credit score and credit history. So the next time you're shopping online and you see that big, bold pay in 4 button, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. And that's just the first step of changing your mindset when it comes to money. But if you want to see how a shift in mindset can actually help you produce real world results for your finances, check out this video here where I talk about how one book helped me pay off $25,000 in debt in just 3 years.